Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you all are having a great day, good week. Welcome to Midnight Hatter Live, the weekly variety show where we talk Gundam, gaming, and Gunpla. I am your host, Stephen Bayless, aka Midnight Hatter. And joining me this evening, the prodigal son himself, the Blue Gamer, the Gundam Explainer, Adam Blue. How are you, man?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Glad to be back, doing this. Yeah, I always enjoy our Wednesday hangouts. I'm glad we got to catch up there a little bit at the beginning. So much to talk about. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to our show. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember what you're showing that we're going to see in a little bit. Oh, the shirt, of course, but
Oh,
um,
sorry. That's what I thought you were referencing, but
no, no, what you're showing, what I can see that we're all gonna see in a little bit, got me excited because the Gunpla, talking more Gunpla stuff, and that, inspired me to get some Gunpla stuff out.
oh, heck yeah. So, we're coming up on, I mean, technically, this is the 1 year anniversary of the release of Requiem for Vengeance, which is like the
Oh,
first American release of a Gundam thing in a very long time, right? Like, I don't think,
yeah.
I mean, so this is kind of a personal question. Do you consider G Savior an American Gundam release or a Canadian Gundam release?
I think Canadian because I always see it referred to as that. I al it Yeah,
Likewise. So
okay.
to me, we are at the 1 year anniversary of the first American Gundam release, which is Requiem for Vengeance on Netflix, still available to watch. And it fits the Halloween mood because, as you guys
Yeah.
know, the Gundam EX was designed with a skeletal frame. It's supposed to look at that. I love that you and I both come with visual aids to describe the things that we're talking about here. And a lot of this, honestly, shout out to you, my friend, but, like, between the MS Ensemble videos that you released about the Gundam Requiem for Vengeance set, and then, of course, you mentioned, in the Gundam Universe video that you put out, was it this week or last week?
I think last week.
Last week.
Well, you know
You
what?
had
I forgot
mentioned
because I was out of town and I scheduled the videos ahead of time, so to be honest, I'm
could have
gonna
been?
forget.
But you did cover specifically the HG Zaku to Solari type,
Yeah.
I think you even said
Oh,
in
in
the
the
video, you
premium
were
Gundam
like,
video.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not an action figure, a model kit, but, like,
Yeah.
fantastic model kit." Um,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
right.
so you really spoke to me, you really inspired me. I wanna
Cool.
get back into the Requiem for Vengeance stuff right around Halloween, right around the time when it's scary to
Yep.
find a Gundam lurking in your backyard. Yeah, to quote, what is it, Lieutenant Solari? "You're gonna wish you had a Zaku at your side."
That's good. We gotta remember that one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch
excuse
this
me.
now that you brought it up. I totally said I was going to. Now I need to watch it.
Well, you and I had talked about rewatching Requiem for Vengeance a while back
Yeah.
because I had mentioned that I was like, wait a second, we never actually see Solari's son alive during the show.
Yeah.
Like, everyone kind of suggests that it's the case, but going back to something like Iron Man, where Ho Yinsen is talking to Tony Stark and he says, "Oh, I can't wait to get out of this cave. I'm gonna go see my family." And then he gets shot, and Tony Stark's like, "Oh, come on, we gotta go see your family." And he's like, "I'm going to see them now. My family got killed when they raided my village."
Yeah.
Um, I get the sense that that is what Gavin Hignite was going for in the character of Solari
Oh,
and I only watched Requiem for Vengeance once all the way through, so I need to watch it again to confirm this. But, it's one of those things where it's kinda like The Sixth Sense, right? Uh, in The Sixth Sense, you never see Bruce Willis talking to anyone else except Haley Joel Osment.
yeah.
So it's like, but unless you know that he's dead, you're not looking for that.
Yeah.
And so that's that now I wanna go back and watch with that context and say, "Wait a second, was Solari's son ever alive during the
Yeah,
events of the"
right. I mean, yeah, everything you're saying makes sense because that's very very interesting. Because you know, at any time that I've talked to Gavin Ignite, for interviews or whatever, when we've talked before, I don't think he's ever confirmed the exact meaning of the ending or anything. So it's not like there's really any sort of confirmation of how to interpret it, other than some of the surface level themes seem obvious, like her wanting to keep going, as we say, apart from her child, but your, interpretation adds a layer,
Well,
which
and it was a very controversial ending, right? Like,
yeah,
a lot of people were like, "Wait, she was fighting this whole time, and she wanted to get back home to her son, but then afterwards, she stays on Earth?" Like, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense if the son had been killed.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
to be honest, I like any interpretation of the ending because I think it fits the Zaku, or I
it
mean,
does,
Xeon theme,
100%.
but also a Zaku pilot, like the Xeon theme Zaku pilot, I would see Norris Packard doing the same thing.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, it Norse Packard's a great example because he is a character that obviously, um he experiences a bit of that, like, tension between the feelings that he has for Aina, the duty that he has to Xeon, and then also, like, a sort of respect that he has for Shiro, so there's, like, a lot
Yeah.
of conflicting motivations for him.
Very human qualities that we look for in a hero, you know, that,
Exactly right.
yeah.
Um, but hey, shout out to the folks in chat. We've got Ultronus, we've got Dan, we've got MSG Slayer who says it's been implied that Solari's son was with relatives. Those relatives could have been 6 feet under a colony.
Oh, actually, that is because my thought was, "Oh, they're
Relevant.
with the ashes."
Yeah.
But I
And then
but I like you immediately jumped to a way better one.
and then Dan says Solari's son was Kaiser Sose all along. I can
Oh,
just imagine him limping up the sidewalk of a colony
yep.
and then like what's his name? Um the guy from 8th MS team, Kellern. He's drinking a
Oh,
mug that the brand of the mug is Solari and he drops it and
wow. See, you need to be writing this stuff for Sunrise.
no kidding. Um, but yeah, sorry guys if I sound a little hoarse. I
Yeah,
am a
yeah.
little under the weather at the moment, but as the kids say, the show must go on. Um,
Yep.
maybe I'll try and hit my 1-900 voice
Oh,
because
there
it
you go.
it tends to be a little soothing on the throat when I get a little lower in octave. So we might do that this evening.
Sounds good.
But before we get into the Solari in Chief this evening, obviously one of our things that we do every week is talk about SDG Generation Eternal.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
because that's like apparently that's my new thing, right? Like between that and
New
the
thing.
Gundam card game, which if you
Oh,
guys didn't know, Dual Impact, the new booster set for the Gundam card game came out this past weekend. I unfortunately did not get any booster packs, but crazy story. My coworker played in a couple of tournaments and he pulled 3 Zetas and 2 Camille's
wow.
in 8 packs. Insane.
An 8
I was
pack.
like
Okay.
I I
Wow.
I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna fire you and then take your cards from you because"
Oh my god.
No,
Oh,
um,
I can't
it
even say I've seen any cards in any stores around me.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's interesting is the word on the street is that there are fewer of the dual impact booster boxes available for sale than there were of the new Type Rising set, the
Hmm,
original launch
yeah.
set, which is surprising to me because you would think that this is the more now that we've kinda gotten our feet wet with the Gundam card game, this is definitely a more, anticipated set.
I wonder if there's something to, like, on one hand, they're trying to get more stuff out for the hardcore, but then also kind of, like, really keep a lot out there for the general public, new people, really trying to get more and more new people in by having that available. Maybe that's the play.
Yeah, and it was surprising to me that, with the dual impact set, you get an updated version of the tall geese, which obviously
Oh,
the tall geese is one of the starter cards that you get in the Wings of Advance starter deck.
yeah.
Um, so one of the interesting things is that the Zeta Gundam has almost the same effect as the tall geese from the original set,
Yeah.
but with the Zeta Gundam, it's based on no pun intended, it's based on the base that you have. So it's like you tap your base in order to activate the Zeta Gundam's second attack, whereas with the tall geese, you have to use resources. Um, what's interesting is with the release of the Zeta Gundam, they felt it necessary to buff the tall geese. And so in Dual Impact, there is a new
Mm.
version of the tall geese that not only can link with other characters that are not Zex, it can link with any Oz character, but also has a better effect than the previous tall geese.
But what does that mean? Is it like where it replaces it, or it's just that that mobile suit now has 2 different cards?
Well, so it now has two different cards, but it almost makes the previous card insignificant and
Unless you
useless.
just love tall geeses.
Maybe you are a Tall Goose fan, but in this case, I think it would be more advantageous to go with the newer version of the Tall Geese because then you can link it with Noin, you can link it with trays. Like
Mhm.
the flexibility that you get with the new version of the Tall Geese is so much better than with the starter deck version of the Tall Geese. And so,
Mm.
you and I like to speculate on sort of the business side of Gundam properties. Is it is it concerning at all that literally in the second release of the card game, they're already buffing cards, units from the first release?
No, I don't know, I kinda think that's cool, because I don't know, I guess in my thought is, like, let's say there was some more RX-78 twos, and I just like to have a bunch of RX-78 twos.
Can't get enough of them.
I don't know. I don't know, because I or yeah, because I wonder how much it is where it's yeah, I don't know, but is it true how is it truly a second version versus just another card?
Well, because it does have a different effect. So it is a different version of the tall geese. It's not just like an updated artwork.
But it is updated artwork?
Well, yeah, it does have updated artwork, but it has
Oh,
a different effect, it has different
yeah.
costs, and
Hmm,
obviously, it doesn't link with just Zex anymore, it links with anybody that
yeah,
has the Oz trait,
yeah.
which that is honestly the most broken thing about the Witch from Mercury cards, is that all of the mobile suits can link with any Academy character. So it's like, you can have a Gundam Fair Act that has a link unit with Soletta Mercury.
Yeah, I remember, yeah, you talk about that, and that kind of got you into the whole Fair Act,
Oh, yeah,
uh, stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an interesting set. I can't wait to get my hands on some of the cards, but, like, at the same time, I'm not gonna pay, like, scalper prices for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I I don't know. It's funny because when I was out of town this weekend, we were playing some more board games and with family, and it's like, wow, this would be a perfect time to like play the gun. I wish I had the cards when we play the gun card game, but could I teach it? And then, have you heard of the game Rummy Cube?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was my first time playing that. Love it.
How'd you
Totally
do?
fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were just playing it over and over. At first didn't know what was going on, and then over time, your brain's just kinda going everywhere. I love it.
Yeah, I love games like that where it's, like, easy to learn, difficult to master.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, so that's where I'm at with the Gundam card game right now is just kind of waiting for things to settle down. I am excited, obviously, that the dual impact set is very Zeta heavy. Um,
yeah,
a lot of blue Titans units and white AU units.
I know. That's the stuff I want too. I might look around this weekend if I stop at some comic book shops.
Let me know what kind of success
Yeah,
you find.
yeah,
Um, so before we hop into the model kit building improper, I do want to cover some G Generation Eternal stuff because and again, we can speculate on maybe they're not getting a lot of the gotcha customers that they got during the initial onset, but man, they have so many things going on right now. Uh,
really?
uh, so there is a countdown right now to the second season of IBO on the app, which means there's going to be a new UR version of the Barbados, which, we've got on screen here. There's a
Yeah,
new supporter, which is Atra. Uh, in the background, you can see that there is a Witch from Mercury Gundam aerial rebuild,
yeah,
which surprisingly has Suletta as its pilot. Interesting. So it kind of hints that they might be going to season 2 of Witch from Mercury as well, but they're definitely leaning more into the IBO stuff. If you
yeah.
log in this week, every day, you get up to 3,000 diamonds, which means a
Ooh,
10 pull of free units. Can't
let
complain
me
about
log in.
that. Um,
My phone
we
is
got some ads here. Excuse me. There's also the second generation of the Generation Tower East event. The first one was actually one of the more challenging events that they ran, and the perk for beating it was getting a ultra rare version uh of Lacus
oh,
Klein. And it's an interesting support unit because she has the ability to max out everybody's um morale in a single move, which is kind of a cool ability, but it's very limited in its scope. So, I mean,
mhm.
she was a pretty cool character. The character that is going to be offered with this new version of Generation Tower East is Mjorne Rembrandt.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited to see what kind of abilities she has to go with this. In
Yeah,
addition Oh, go ahead.
but have you already got all the things that are out right now?
Yeah, so until the 31st, there is the Stardust Memory Season 2, which
Mhm.
gives you access to the GPO-3, the new ZL, the GPO-4, tons of units that you can access. But in addition to that, this is what's crazy, is they introduced something called the History Battle. So if you go into the main stages, there is a submenu for history battles, which are story modes that that are done. So currently, there's the Thunderbolt December Sky. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Thunderbolt December Sky and the Gundam Seed Astray. The Gundam Seed Astray storyline is one that I didn't finish because I was like, I don't really care about Gundam Seed. But as I went into the Eternal Road stages, I found that the Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu is super helpful to finishing that Eternal Road stage.
Mm,
So what's cool is now you have the ability to go back and play story missions that you didn't play before,
okay.
unlock everything that you didn't get, and it's
Wow.
basically the same as if you had played it when it was coming out. And so where I'm going with this is,
Yeah.
you know, between the Master League, which is going on for a couple more hours, Stardust Memory Season 2. You've got IBO and probably Witch from Mercury Season 2 coming out here soon. The history battles, more Eternal Road stages. There's more going on in G Generation Eternal than has been going on since it launched. And so it makes me wonder
Huh.
if they are not getting as many repeat customers, and so they're trying to throw as many things at the wall, because it's like, "Okay, if you don't care about IBO, here's 0083. If you don't
Mhm.
care about that, here's Seed Stray. If you don't care about that, here's Thunderbolt." Like, they're giving you a lot of stuff to choose from.
What do you think then? w- What I mean, you're someone that you play a lot, and I don't know if that's because like you're the market for it, or you just or you're just an enthusiast for that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, like for me, playing the Godzilla games, those PlayStation 3 and 4 games, that's very enthusiast of me. That's not a
For sure.
general, but so what do you think there could be people that there's a reason people would not be going back to the game?
Um, I don't know, I think, once I had maxed out my ultra rare Zeta,
Mhm.
um, I definitely felt less inclined to play more events. I think I might have mentioned that when the IBO story event came out, the one that was about the Astaroth and the Dandelion, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not interested in that."
Yeah.
But then they introduced the half anniversary event where it's like you had to complete story missions in order to get the half anniversary perks, and
Mm.
so I ended up playing just for that. So
Yeah.
it's like, I do feel there's a certain aspect of once you've gotten all the things you want, maybe there are certain things to keep you coming back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is because I kinda sometimes wanna play, but then I don't, and I don't know if I'm the market, even though I'm an enthusiast, you know?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
why I think it's I find it odd that I don't play as much as I could.
Well, and I think it goes to one of the things that you and I were talking about during the Blue Gamer morning show this morning, uh,
Yeah.
about like the portability of games.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's
there's
right.
definitely there's a lot of different factors that I think contribute to the need for games to be portable. And it's not just something like you and I being too busy to hook up our TV or to jump on our PC. I think that there's a large portion of the population that can't afford to buy a home, and so they're renters, and
Yeah.
so they can't build the media center that they want to, and so
Oh,
like,
mm,
yeah,
that's a
I think
good
that there's
point.
economic factors that would
Mhm.
lend to the idea of a portable gaming ecosystem, whether it's the ROG Ally or whether it's mobile games. I think that there are certain global factors that are contributing to the rise in popularity for portable gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's more than I was even thinking, about it. I didn't really think economic factors in that way. But also I wonder if there's just a wide enough market to that can afford it. And so there's just a lot of people that think, well, we should be able to afford this. That's interesting. Hey,
Yeah, it's true.
real quick, I wanna ask you something, before we move on from Eternal, though I think you have more to say. I logged in, I have 15,000 diamonds, which is really cool. What
15,000?
yeah. What do you think I should spend it on?
Holy hell. Well, so currently there's a couple of featured ones, right? Like there's the 0083 feature,
Yeah.
and then there's another featured set, isn't there? I think it's a seed one.
Let's see. There's the featured, there's, narrative. It's showing
Oh, right,
the
you can get, like, the narrative Apex.
yeah, I don't know what I should go for, to be honest. I have no idea. I'll just save them, and we'll see.
Well, I mean, I would always go for the 10 pull because, you get the guaranteed SSR when you do a 10 pull, um, and that costs 3,000 diamonds.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I did the 0083, like, featured pull, and I used 3,000 diamonds. I got 3 New ZL2s. Like, I posted on Discord. It was crazy because I got 5 total SSRs in that pull, and 3 of them were new ZLs, which is I mean, like, that almost maxes it out.
Yeah, that means you can just upgrade them or whatever you call it, transmute them. I don't know what the term is.
Yeah, the limit break,
Limit break. Yeah,
and
okay.
it does sound like they're going to add limit breaks for some of the, UR units because I noticed that there are 2 units that I have, like, completely maxed out from so it's like Casval's Gundam and then the Red Zeta. Those are units that are, like, bonuses if you finish the entire development tree of Mobile Suit Gundam and Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. And what's crazy is they actually have stats for if you limit break them. But in the game currently, you don't have the ability to limit break them.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So, it's interesting because currently the Red Zeta, for instance, I think the total combat power is, like, 18,000 and some change, but when it's limit broken, it's 24,000, which it would be the highest of any unit that I have.
Wow.
But, specifically when I hit, like, limit break, it says, "Oh, this feature's coming soon."
Mm. Yeah. Man, I tell you, talking about upgrading mobile suits makes me wanna play the game.
Well, and upgrading characters, like the SP character advancement is awesome too.
Yeah.
Um, and so I've been playing a lot of the Eternal Road stages. I've beaten a few more of the expert modes, like the Seed series, the AU series, the Char's counterattack one. And a lot of it honestly have not been as difficult as like the UC series one. Um, Once you kind of figure out the the strategy behind it, where it's like you wanna be aggressive, but not too aggressive. It's like you wanna have, like, 1 hard-hitting unit and then a couple of defenders that soak up damage.
Oh, okay.
With the seed one's crazy because and this is why I needed that, Astray Gold Frame Amatsu is because you need seed units that have, um, map attacks. So, like,
Mm,
attacks that are gonna hit multiple units. So it's like,
yeah.
you want the Justice Meteor, you want the Freedom Meteor. If you can get more than 1 of each of those, that's even better because then right out of the gate, you're, like, wiping out, like, masses of, like, 5 to 10 units per round, which is kind of necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, well, is the gold frame gotten through the story?
The gold frame you can only acquire through playing the history well, right now,
Oh,
the
they
only way you
they
can get
just
it is the
added.
history battle of
Right.
Astray. If you played it back when so
Yeah.
when the game first came out, that was the first story mission that came out was
Yeah.
was Astray. Um, so now you have the ability to go back, play that, and get it. Between that, honestly, the Gold Frame Astray Amatsu and the Psycho Zaku from Thunderbolt, those units are so invaluable to, like, any of the gameplay strategies because they both do essentially the same thing, is it's like they're both attack units that have a map attack, and so, like, during the first, Generation Tower East, I used the Psycho Zaku, and if you get it in the right position, you can take out 6 units in 1 attack because
Whoa. Well, okay. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, again. Oh, that's the blue frame. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna yeah, gold. Yeah, I'm gonna work to get that. I'm glad you told me about this history thing. Um,
yeah.
did that just come out?
Oh, yeah, that came out, along with, obviously, the 30th anniversary celebration of the Wing Gundam. You got a
Okay.
new Hero Yui and Wing that are available, with panel missions in order to max them out. So there's so many things going on right now with G Generation Eternal. It's kinda
That's cool.
crazy.
Yeah, you know what? And I do know this back on the 23rd, sites like AmiAmi and oh, there's another one, resumed shipping to the US. And they had I was looking at, the stuff that I can import, and they had the Tornado Gundam and it's from Eternal. It said, like,
Yeah,
it's robot spirits, and I was like, "Wow, that would be cool to get." And I guess that I don't know if I have that one. Is that in the game? Oh, yeah,
it
is that
is,
one of
yeah.
those 3 that we were talking about the other day, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the it is and they came out with Eternal Road stages specifically for G Generation units, which is kinda cool.
Oh, they did that just recently. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like they're listening to your commentary on the game.
Well, it was disappointing because when they did that SD Gundam story event, a lot of those units couldn't really be used outside of that story event. But then they started adding Eternal Road stages that needed those units. And so it's like, okay, now we have a reason to invest in those.
That's cool.
Um, so, and ultimately, if you are interested in the gameplay of G Generation Eternal, the Eternal Road is like that's the game. If I had to say
Oh,
anything, everything else is just like resource management. Like, "Oh, I need more tokens so that I can level this up. I need more, uh, character level up cards so I can level up this character." Everything in the game is to gear you up for the Eternal Road, and I don't know if I said this before, but, like, the Eternal Road, especially the expert stages, require you to pay attention to weapon effects, to pay attention to character abilities, like, do you have the ability to use sway? Do you have the ability to do the boost range and hit an enemy outside of its range? The Eternal Road stages really do challenge your problem-solving abilities, whereas everything else is just like, if you have a strong enough unit, you're gonna win.
okay. Yeah, because I guess there's the story for the story or upgrading or unlocking suits. But Eternal Road
Exact
for the strategy people, the people that really wanna and that's where you can use any unit. So it's more of the
Well, so it's restricted based on the stage. So, like, there's the Eternal Road stage that's only seed units, or
Oh,
there's
right.
the
But,
yeah.
yeah, I guess it's more of it's where it's a mix of any kind depending on what the thing is, which makes you wanna then upgrade a whole bunch of different suits that you normally might not, which that's why I haven't been playing it that much because, I was only playing UC stories.
I
So,
was the same way,
yeah.
is like, I had a very strong UC team, and then when I realized that I could not beat any of the AU, Eternal
Mm.
Road stages, I realized that I needed stronger units for those, and so I invested heavily in, like, Seed Destiny stuff, because, like, the Destroy Gundam is a great asset to have,
Oh, okay.
um yeah, the Destroy Gundam, if you can max it out, which that's the Seed Destiny units are actually some of the harder ones to max out because they only have 1 stage where you can earn the, what do you call it? Like, the development journals.
Okay, so once you do that and then, just every day, less chances or less opportunities, yeah, okay.
Exactly, yeah, it's
I
kind of
see,
diminishing returns.
I see. Yeah, well, I'm glad you reminded me, I jumped in, I haven't spent my diamonds yet, but if you
Dude,
say
if
if
you
I
have
do, I should do it on the
15,000, that's crazy because you
yeah,
can, like, I would get 10 pulls of basically everything. Um,
okay,
yeah,
okay. Yeah, I might do that then.
because if you can get one of those, like, GPO3s,
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's a UR GPO3 right now that's, one of, like, the banner suits. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, okay.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to hover on, G Generation Eternal so much, but, like, dude, you and I haven't had a chance to talk about it a lot recently,
And
and it's,
there's not
I
many
mean, the game has
resources.
gotten much more, there's a lot more going on in it right now.
Yeah. I that's what I'm saying. There's not many resources I come across. Like I follow a lot of Gundam stuff. I don't really come across other than like when they announce the news, but sometimes I don't really follow what they're actually saying.
Yeah, and definitely not, like, English speaking when it comes to G Generation Eternal, like, I see a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials that are, like, the AI translated Japanese players, um,
Oh, okay. Okay. That's interesting.
and there's some cool strategies in there, as long as you start to kind of once you understand, like, what different character effects and things do, it becomes really easy. Although, honestly, there are some ways that you can get yourself in trouble. Perfect example, when I was doing Generation Tower East, the last version, I followed a tutorial that I saw on YouTube, and one of the things that they advise is to not wipe out all of the enemies on the first turn, because if you do, then Kira and Atherin basically get a free shot at you.
Hmm.
Whereas if you let some of them live and you kill them on the enemy's turn as like a counterattack, they don't get that free shot on you. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
interesting.
yeah, that it was a game changer because like I literally lost because Kira and Atherin took out my 2 best hitters, which were Char and Camille. So it was like,
Wow.
well, from now, like, I've got nothing left.
But that was
But
that when you just had a UC team?
exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you what mobile suit do you think that you're using now would have helped you with that or did help you?
So, I mean, man, my team has gotten pretty like, the top 5 units I have are the Zazabi, the Zeta, the Aerial, the, Psycho Zaku, and Casval's Gundam. And even the Psycho Zaku, I would probably say is probably the Red Zeta, because the Psycho Zaku is only good for, like, group control,
Mhm.
whereas the Red Zeta is a better support unit. Uh, but yeah,
Okay.
that team of, like, Zazabi, Zeta, Ariel, Red Zeta, and Casval's Gundam, like, I just demolished the Master League, the one that ends today. pretty much wiped the floor with every single level of that.
Wow.
I'm getting max, uh, uh, I don't know what's the season rewards, like, I got the max level with that team because they're just that
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm actually running the Seed Astray campaign right now, I guess.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna set it to auto. I kinda don't care. Because now that I know this eternal thing, like, I'm actually interested in that could be my guide for what direction I wanna go for what suits I need to unlock. It's like, "This is what I need for this eternal road. Okay, I'm gonna go play that and unlock these."
And in particular, like, one of the things that I've found kind of dictates, uh, what units you wanna go after, because a lot of units kinda do the same thing, right? Like, the Zeta Gundam, for instance, has all of the same abilities as the Gundam Ilfrith Thorn from Witch from Mercury,
Oh, yeah.
but one is Zeta and one is Witch from Mercury. So when you go to use them, like, obviously one would be UC and one is, an AU, but, like, if you have a supporter unit, for instance, like, I have the UR Mjolnir, which boosts all Witch from Mercury units. When I play an AU stage, it behooves me to load up on Witch from Mercury units because those are the ones that I can buff with Mjolnir.
Yeah. Huh.
So and likewise, it's like if you have Nas Turbine, like the turbines from IBO, then you might wanna invest more in IBO units, or if you have Sumeragi from, Double O, then
Diplo.
you
Yeah.
probably want Celestial Being, you know?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, strategy that goes into that stuff, so
Okay.
but you
Well,
really
cool.
can't go wrong with Zeta units, like, let's be honest.
I know. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, speaking of UC stuff, man, I probably don't have a whole lot of time to dive into, what I've been working on here. Now, Adam, you
Oh,
actually have a bigger view of my desk than what is on screen right now. Um,
cool.
and I hinted at this stream, like, are we back? Like, am I doing Gunpla again? Which, like, I haven't touched a model kit in way too long.
Yeah.
I think so, because so like I mentioned, we've got the Gundam EX here. I actually have a alternative head that I cast in resin that we're gonna be swapping this guy out with because
Ooh.
I don't know about you, this head just does not do it for me.
You know what? I didn't think about that, but I'm very interested in this new head.
I mean, it's nothing fancy. It is basically the Easy 8. Uh
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about that. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
But likewise, I've been doing a lot of customizations, and shout out to Principality New York for providing the kit for us to work with here. Uh, I have
Awesome.
already done some customizations here. We oh, camera is a smidge out of focus. Let's see if I can do anything about that, or if it is a permanent fixture in the stream. But so a couple of things that I've already done with this particular kit. I used some uh Tamiya cement. It's yeah, this
Oh,
guy, the Mr. Cement,
yeah.
in order to melt down some runners because I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan of the rabbit ears on the Solari Zaku.
Yeah,
So
they
I
didn't
filled
make it
in
wolf enough.
yeah, it doesn't look like a wolf. It looks
Mm.
more like a bunny.
Yeah.
Now I haven't decided yet whether I am going to convert this into a commander type Zaku with a command horn, or if I'm just gonna leave it like this, a standard Zaku, but I did fill in the holes where the bunny ears go.
Yeah. Huh.
Additionally, I made a resin copy of the Mono Eye, which I might have showed off in previous videos. This guy is powered by a standard 3-volt battery. Let's see here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. That's sick. Yep.
So yeah, a big fan of that. And then of course, one of the things that I did was I was not a fan of the white parts on the kit. So
Mm,
I painted the feet and chest in matte black. Actually, funny story, I've
nice.
already installed the chest plate on the runner here.
Yeah, looks good.
I think it looks a little bit more I don't know, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more military.
Yeah, almost like more natural color that you would see for something like that.
Now, when you built these kits, Adam, like you mentioned that because they do come with uh like decal stickers, and in
Yeah,
particular they come with decal stickers for like the feet where it's like pre-weathered, right?
yeah, exactly.
What was your kind of opinion on those?
I liked it. It's you know what? I feel like it's what made that a unique part of the model kit. Like I feel like model kits don't always need to have like the same thing. Like that's very different for and I feel like it fit for what this was a model of because it was an interpretation of Gundam where they were using the CGI to make it look really realistic and grounded, but keeping it looking like Gundam. And so the weathered look was part of that, and they interpreted that with the decals. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that was a clever way of doing it. I think, let me see here. I can actually show those off on screen here. It's like the decals themselves are like pre-weathered.
But it would be interesting. The front skirts, I could not get that on or get it to look good. I forget, and so I painted it myself. So I'd be curious to see the front top. I forget exactly, or no, front
Yeah,
bottom. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
interesting. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it entirely, but um I do like when kits come with like different options, of course, like with the G-Quux, like the red Gundam actually comes with two different sets of decals, right? It comes
oh
with
yeah,
one that is like the fresh off the production line Xeon insignia, and then it has like Shuji's, 7 years later, where the Xeon insignia is like a little worn down.
yeah,
Which
yeah. Even the G-Quux has it.
Oh,
There's
really?
multiple chest decals you could choose from.
Which is interesting because I don't think that there was a lot of variation in that, was
I
there?
think there was like wasn't there something pink painted on at one point?
Was it like
Um,
for the Pomeranians?
yeah, it must have been something like that because I remember I had options uh, on the decal sheet. Which sometimes I don't like the options. It's because I want everything. Make it like sometimes they do the replaceable piece. They've been
Yeah,
doing that with the, numbers of on the shoulder armor for the Mark II on Robot Spirits. I think that's how they do
yep,
it. But yeah.
right, like, you have to buy several in order to use all of the model numbers, and you and I
Yeah.
talked about that with regard to, like, Exam and Hades units, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Same
really
thing.
frustrating having to choose, are you gonna go exam mode or standard?
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what? it's this is something I haven't really thought about, but they need to make a metal build Blue Destiny that has the built-in, exam mode stuff. Um, because they've done like is it metal fixed figuration or metal composite, but
Yeah.
that metal build line, yeah, it would be awesome to see UC suits like that because yeah, the Blue Destiny having the light stuff uh,
Oh,
would be
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, a lot of those, a lot of the effect parts that come with, like, the metal builds, like, that lends itself extremely well to units like the Hades,
Yeah.
exam units. So, yeah, BD1, BD2, BD3, the Efreet custom.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I've got those robot spirits. I love them.
And, yeah, it kills me, like, having to choose on the high grades what mode I'm going
Yeah.
to put them in.
I know. I know. And then
How would
even
you
if you
feel
like
about, like, twin packs, though?
well, I feel like they could have just had like multiple heads you make and you could just swap the heads. Like
As
that's better
opposed to,
than
like,
taking the heads
yeah,
apart because isn't it where you had to take and choose the sticker if you
true.
went that route? They just had multiple heads that you build. Some do that. But I forget which ones. I want to say maybe F91 or something like that. You wouldn't know, but
Yeah, that's not something but no, I think you're right, like, some units do that, like, honestly, even the high grade Zaku Kai actually does come with multiple heads,
oh
which is
yeah, that's right.
surprising because it's like, with that, you could get away with just having, like, a different top half of
Piece
the head.
top, yeah,
You don't have to go full blown,
full head, yeah,
and yet
yeah.
we are where we are.
Hey, well, so yeah, Halloween coming up.
Halloween.
Do you have a costume?
I don't. I've been very invested in getting my daughter ready for, her costume. She's gonna
Okay.
be my older daughter, I should say.
Mhm.
She's going to be Maleficent. She did
Oh,
not wanna be a princess. She did not wanna be anything cute. She was like, "I wanna be Maleficent." So,
something
she has
scary.
a very cute costume with, like, the horns that go up and all that.
Wow, that's cool.
I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, that's cool. In with the spooky season.
What about you? What's the plan this year?
You know what? I don't know for sure. I think the kids are gonna be with their friends. My daughter might, just be hanging around, so maybe, she's got a pirate costume, and I think I'm just gonna wear my Batman costume from last year. It'll fit better.
I mean, that
I
thing is pretty damn awesome. Like,
yeah,
for those of you guys who did not see Adam's, Batman costume last year, it's got, like, the built-in muscles and, like,
yeah, and so I'm gonna try this year to not have that and see if it looks good without it. I'll see. Um,
just go straight,
yeah,
straight
spandex.
natty,
Yeah, and,
as the kids say.
but I was gonna buy a Superman costume or something like that, but I was like, "Nah, I don't really wanna spend the money." Yeah, like, I spent time on this costume last year. I could wear it again. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I think you could pull off a good Superman, especially, like, the new David Corn Sweat. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I was thinking, getting one of those, and it's really interesting looking at the prices of these costumes. Some
you've
that
got the
are
hair for it, man, like
yeah, it's like you can get a decent one for 150, which is still a lot of money. Like that's why I didn't pull the trigger. But then I saw like you could just pay 50 more and for 200 get something that's a little more premium or 250 and it's even more premium or 500 and it's like wow, it's like some of these are like then really nice and really good. And just out of all that research I did, I ended up not buying one. I just yeah.
they are out of control, man,
Yeah, maybe another time. maybe if I had a little more saved up for something like that, but yeah.
For
Already
sure.
buying giant robots, so
I know, man, and, like, here we are, we're already at the end of the show, and all I accomplished was building a chest piece,
I
which
know. It it's so hard to talk and build.
yeah, yeah, man, you know it better than anybody else. But I am very excited for this piece to come together. Obviously, I've talked about my plans for this kit are to incorporate it into a diorama, which is going to be like a an occupation of
Oh,
an
yeah.
Earth city. And so with the LED that's in here, we have the screen that's gonna be up on one of the buildings playing Gieran's speech. We've got, like, propaganda posters that we're putting all over the buildings, like, I have some 3D printed, like, miniature figures that are gonna be, like, just it's really just like Xeon soldiers with rifles and, like, a couple Federation soldiers on their knees with their hands up. It really is I'm trying to capture, like, a very, what's
Yeah, like,
like,
I
our
know it's more like an occupational, like, diorama scene. I know what you
yeah, I
mean.
mean, that is the word for it. It's like occupation is
Yeah. Yeah, because I love that stuff, it reminds me of, like, when I played Just Cause. Did you ever play that video game?
yes, dude. That game was so good.
Yeah, and it had that feeling, when you'd go in and try to liberate, you know? Um,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Totally underrated game.
yeah. Yeah, they made 4 of them, or wait, maybe 5 even.
Yeah, I feel like, was
Yeah.
it I feel like it was after Just Cause 3 that they kind of, like
For me, the first one was the best. Like, I liked the
yeah.
second, but for something was missing ever since the first, and I don't know what it was. I think it just like the first one felt like its own thing. The second one was a little too refined. And
Well, and did you ever play the game, Freedom Fighters, which was like the Just
oh
Cause
yeah,
knockoff?
yeah, it had like it was the
Honestly,
four characters.
yes.
Yeah, hmm,
And yeah, local co-op and all that stuff,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Another good one, man. Good games.
oh, good stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking G Generation Eternal, a little bit of Gunpla, and
Yeah.
of course, a lot of gaming. Um, I hope that my voice wasn't too unbearable for you guys this evening. And
No,
it's just been
oh,
great to have you back on the show, Adam.
I
Missed you
know,
the last couple weeks. Obviously, we had Wayne Snow, and then our good friend
I
Kyle
know,
was on
Kyle.
last week, which was totally fun, but I feel like would have been more fun if the 3 of us had gotten together and,
I
like,
know.
really, uh, you know
And then even tonight, my trainer asked to go out and meet at 8 for
Oh,
something.
dang, I'm
And
sorry, man.
no, 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 and I was like, "Nope, I am not I am not going to cancel the 3rd, week. I cannot do that." I just like, there's no reason right now.
I'm glad because
Yeah.
I would've taken it personally. I would've been like, "Oh my gosh, does he not like me?"
Nope. No, so, no, I wanted to be here, and I'm glad I was.
No, no, this was great, and I appreciate you, you know, digging deep on Eternal with
Yeah.
me and talking Gunpla. This has been long overdue, and again, like, I'm just happy to get my hands on some plastic again, even if it was
Yep.
just for a few minutes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you all for keeping the chat fun and lively. Of course, we've got the Gundam Explained show tomorrow,
Yep.
and I don't know, am I forgetting anything?
No, I think that's it.
Sweet. Well, if we don't hear from you, happy Halloween, but, until next
Yep.
time, take it easy.
See y'all.